traders, welcome to the Elliott Wave Street weekly update. I'm Juan Maldonado and it's a pleasure to start the week with some of our wave counts. You can get the full wave count analysis by going to elliottwavestreet.com/membership and you can trial any of our plans. We have a Forex and futures, stocks and futures, or the full access. So you can visit elliottwavestreet.com/membership to get more details. All right, so let's start with this live market analysis. We are seeing price on the euro rejecting the lows. So let me explain what is the strategy from here. We are going to have a bullish trading setup for this week. And from the daily chart or the weekly chart, what we are doing here, we're finding the end of wave B. The minimum target is the previous high, 123.48, so we have a big distance. From the lower time frames, like the hourly chart, we already have a first market validation when the price moved below this area and rejected. What's the meaning of this price down here? Why do you think the price comes down and immediately goes back again? What's the reason? And this is a big red candle. Well, it's the institutions buying aggressively at the market lows. And they place so many orders that the orders start filling, and they create these big candles, right? So the thing is that we have now a price reversing, because before we were seeing lower lows, with this retrace also making lower lows, right? The next retrace, but now prices are starting to switch this story. For the first time, we are seeing price making a higher high, and here again, right? So if we trace a line right here, we can start seeing that we are having buyers above us, or more than us, buyers above. So let me explain a little bit better from the institutional point of view what this means. Let's say that you want to buy a new TV and you go to the store and you check here the price and it's at $500, right? So you say, okay, but I want this TV to sell it to other people after it. I want 100 of these TVs because I want to make some money, right? So I don't want to buy at 500, that's too expensive, right? Yesterday was at 200 because it was, let's say, the Black Friday. So that's too expensive, but this is interesting because I can see in the register some people buying at $500. So it's possible to sell the TV at $500. Okay, so that's interesting. And you go the next day and it's at $600. And you still see some people at the register making the line to pay $600 for the same TV. And you say, okay, that's interesting. Because once I have the discount, I know that I can try to sell at those prices, because some people can be interested in buying at that level because they really wanted the TV, right? So as a trader, in this case as a TV trader, you are going to wait for a nice discount, and once you see the TV at 300 or 250 and you see that the price is starting to reverse, that's where you're going to say, okay, this is my level. I'm going to rent a truck. I'm going to the store and I'm going to buy 100 of those TVs at $300. Because I can see that there are buyers above me. I can see that some people are willing to pay 500, 600, or maybe more later, right? So you are going to buy as much as you can, but of course the volume at these levels is going to be lower because everybody's buying and because we don't have enough sellers, right? But anyway, you buy your 100 TVs at the discounted price. So we can say that this is the whole sale price, right? And we can say that the 500, the 600, the 400, whatever is retail price, right? So as a trader, as a TB trader, you're gonna wait for your discount. If price continues climbing, you're not gonna buy it. So your plan not necessarily is gonna happen, right? Not necessarily you're going to have a discount tomorrow. You don't know if the store is gonna give you a discount tomorrow or the next week. You don't know if that's gonna happen, right? Because the discount is surprise. But if you have the discount, you are gonna buy it. If you don't have the discount, you're not gonna buy it, right? Because it's crazy to go at expensive prices and go long. So that's my trading plan. My trading plan for the week on the euro is to wait for the discount in order to go long, right? Let's make another exercise with the EURJPY. I'm already long on the EURJPY. Let me share with you what I'm doing. I went long at the 131.20. I have my stop loss some points below the low, and I have my profit at the previous high. So the plan in terms of Elliott wave is having this as a wave 4 and looking for a wave 5 up. But let's talk about value. And you can find the whole volume profile course for free here on ElliottWaveStreet.com. Is right here. You can find there the lessons to learn from scratch how to use the volume profile tool. So this is a profile. What I'm doing, I'm taking the whole corrective, right? So in terms of Elliott, this is wave 3 and this is wave 4, right? And the beauty of volume profile is that you can use it in the Forex market or the crypto market where you don't have a real volume, because in these markets we don't have the real volume like we do on the futures, on the stock market. We have real volume. Here we don't have access to that because it's not a centralized market. So actually what the volume profile tool does is that it provides where most price was traded in terms of time. So that's the strongest volume, right? Is because the price spent more time there and is a 90% accurate with the real volume, right? Because we have been testing that on the futures market, for example, and is pretty accurate. So let's have a look here. Let's do the analysis. So look, here is where we have the value area. And again, you can learn this on the free course that I have on the website. And we can say that this is the retail price. Here above the value area is the wholesale price for sellers, and below the value area is the wholesale price for buyers. Actually, last week I went long right here. I shared that with my clients in the membership, and I was thinking that this was the end of wave 4 and the price was ready to climb. However, the price couldn't move more than this level, but was an 80-point move, enough to book some profits, because trading at the extremes is providing a good advantage, an edge, right? But the price then collapsed strongly, making this low, and there we have the commercial buying at the market lows. And as you can see here, the volume is lower because there are not enough sellers. You know, like the banks are trying to absorb everything, but we don't have enough sellers. So transactions are not the same as at the retail level. So our plan as traders always is to buy when we are at the wholesale area and to sell when we are at above the value area, when we are talking about profiles, right? So when we start trading like that, of course not the trades are going to work, right? Because that's another topic, and there is no 100% in trading. But when you are using any strategy with Elliott wave, just with price action, whatever you like, and you add the profile to it. It's an additional thing. It's not a standalone solution. But when we add where we should look for the trades is where we can do fantastic things. So here was the commercial buying. Here the banks were buying aggressively. So that's a first signal. Today in the morning, we were here at the 20s. And that's where I trigger my trade because I start seeing some demand. Now I see that it was better to wait a little bit more and see another signal here. But that's fine. Sometimes we make those decisions and it's fine because we are below the point of control and we are at the wholesale price area, right? So let's say that for any reason price comes down here. I have my stop loss below this area, but let's say that it takes me out. What should I do there? Well, I will go long again because look how the accumulation works. We have the price going down, we have the retrace, we have the price going down. There we have accumulation. And then the price goes down. And there we have accumulation. And the price can continue going down. And there we have accumulation, right? That's the wedge. And that's what usually most of the times we're going to see at the highs or the lows, right? In this case, at the lows. So that process of accumulation is something that already is going to happen. Sometimes it's only one time, sometimes the second one, and sometimes the third time. We don't know. And the banks, they don't know. Nobody knows. Because they are going to withdraw the liquidity once they try to see if they can push the price lower. Right? But it depends on the volume here. And I see pretty low volume, so maybe we're not going to see it. Maybe from here is where the market is going to start bouncing and going higher, right? But the beauty of this trade is that we are at the wholesale price. We have a good setup. We have the wave count. We have a small risk, and we have a huge profit potential. Those are the trades that we need to look for and that we need to practice and that we need to master. Let's have a look at the S&P. Oh, the S&P has been doing fantastic. My last entry was here. We talk about this setup here in the weekly videos. I also posted when I was triggering, when I was buying the S&P, I tweet on the Elliott Wave Street Twitter account. I post live that day my setup. Look, that was on October 25. No, actually this was the retweet. The original tweet was here, October the 13th, right? So that day I posted this tweet and look the plan, right? The plan was to go long. Mine was here, right? It was a possibility to trade here, but it was like 3 in the morning, that the green candles, I didn't take it. And the other morning we were around here and I tell my clients, oh, this is too expensive. Let's wait for the discount, right? If we want to buy TVs, we need to wait for the discount. And look at the comment that I wrote that day here. Here, right? We're expecting a bullish move on the S&P. According to our Elliott wave analysis, let me clear the black box there. A bull wave 3 is coming next. A small risk, that's a keyword, and huge potential for profits. Fantastic risk reward. And we are talking here not about direction, we're talking about precision. Right? Precision. And I'm still in the trade, I still have my trade active. That forecast was here, right? So as you can see, we don't need that all the trades that we make work with 60, with 70, with 80% of the trades that work. Of course, not all the trades are going to give all these points, right? But when we have this type of trades, are the ones that we can make a lot of money from those trades. and others were going to make less, and some were going to have some losses. That's the business. But the risk always needs to be controlled and under control, and needs to be low. So on the S&P, I'm expecting a continuation, but I don't want to buy here. Maybe we have a better discount. Maybe we know that some people are willing to pay here, are ready to pay for 720, but as professionals, we can't do that. As professionals, now we have that reference point and we look for a discount and then we go long. But something bigger, because these tiny discounts are good for day trading, are good for scalping, but not for swing. And in that case, we will be talking about different time frames, 5-minute chart, and we can repeat this process, but it's a different trading. Here we're talking about swing trading. So I'm seeing the S&P 5,000 at 5,000 or near the 5,000 area, maybe before the end of this year. All right, traders. So now I want you to visit ElliottWaveStreet.com, where you can find under the membership tab the live market analysis. This is a fantastic membership where you are going to get the Forex and futures, or the stocks and futures, or the full access. You are going to get your username and password to access the members area. You are going to get charts with Elliott Wave analysis. You are getting the videos. You are getting trading plans on Telegram, and you are getting access to the new Members Academy, where I teach some basics about Elliott Wave and the crash course how to use Elliott Wave. All right, traders, that's the plan for this week. Wishing you the best for this week of November. Please have a great trading session. I'll see you inside the membership. Take care. Bye-bye.